We got ourselves three of the top-rated defensive linemen in the New Orleans metro area. We got the top-rated wide receiver in the Gwinnett County area in Georgia, in Nick England, and the top tight end in South Georgia as well, in Byron Attaway. To sum it up a little bit, it is the top-rated class by ESPN and rivals in the Sun Belt Conference. For the first time ever, at this point in time and still growing, 19 three-star rated recruits, which is a first for the conference. Not that I want to get into star rating, because you know that doesn't mean much until they start playing. But since we have to talk about that stuff, we might as well address it. Some of the highest rated recruits, guys like Darian Dyson, DeAndre Jasper, Durante, Eden Sinise, Leroy Owens, guys that really could come in and make an impact right now. The next closest class to us in our conference only has 15 or 16 of those three-star recruits. And by the end of the business day, our class will be ranked not only the best in the conference, it'll also be ranked higher than all the classes in the MAC, then 6 Conference USA schools, 2 SEC schools, 4 Big 12 and Big East, and 6 Big East schools. All in all, it means this, that people are becoming very strong believers in our program. The results are showing up on the football field. They're showing up in the classroom. They're showing up in the community in a big-time way. We remain relentless about the recruiting process. We believe in our product. We believe in our university. And this class right here is one that could really, really create a tremendous amount of competition, elevate our level of play in all 3 phases, and help us take the program to another level. So with that being said, and I'll certainly get into position groups, as we go along with questions, but I'd like to open up the floor to questions.
Mario, the success you've had the last couple of years, how does that change the approach, philosophy, whatever? I mean, are you seeing now more kids initiating conversation with you instead of the other way around, which may or may not have been the case a couple of years ago? Without
a doubt, and I stressed it a bunch upon our arrival. We have to, get here in a hurry, slap on those coaching shirts and get out in the community and talk about what we're going to do. And that's difficult, when it hasn't been done before, when a stadium hasn't been built yet, when you're still having to meet, in auxiliary gyms and whatnot. So, there's kind of an approach where you have to continue to fight through the perception and knowing that, since you haven't proven anything yet, it's going to be a little while. What happens is those things that we have been preaching for the last 5 years have remained consistent. And the big difference since over the past couple of years, the results have become a couple of bowl appearances in a row, have become a conference championship, a bowl victory, nationally televised football games, wins against defending Conference USA champs, our first BCS victory this past season. In other words, we have been proving what we set out to do, what we were preaching since day one. So yes, Tim, now what happens nowadays, when we walk into a school, the label certainly carries a lot more respect, a lot more weight, and I got to be honest with you, when we started the hunt for this particular recruiting class, we made the decision we were going to go high risk, high reward. We were going to find a way to get after the best guys we could possibly find, regardless of the competition, fully knowing that typically closer to signing day, you do have some of those poachings that go on. We just no longer view ourselves as that little brother school. We view ourselves as a team, a program, and a university that's really growing prominently on the national landscape, and I think this class is a tremendous sign of that and more and better things to come.
Apparently not, but I just wondered, did you have to do anything as far as the last couple of days when the Rutgers situation came up?
Well, I think it speaks even more strongly of our university for a couple reasons. Garnering attention from the rest of the country, and then at the end of the day, being a part of this program, which always is a privilege, I think speaks even more strongly of what we are, what we're trying to do, and our commitment to the university. So I think I don't think you have a better example for a player that you're recruiting against certain competitors to say, hey, I'm asking you to do what I did myself. So all in all, it's been a positive.
Coach, did you losing a big playmaker in T.Y. Hilton, did you get any kids that remind you a little bit of him as a playmaker?
Absolutely, absolutely. You look right down the board. If you look out of state, of course, Nick England being the Gwinnett County Player of the Year, but right down the street, you're looking at DeAndre Jasper, again, a guy that you're going to have fun watching him as we get into track season now at the high school level and watch him run. Explosive as can be, dynamic, a thick a thick receiver. He's not a fragile little guy. You know, he's going to be able to come in and play right away, and legitimately one of the better playmakers in the state of Florida. You know, on top of him, you know, guys like Raymond Jackson that joined us from Louisiana, Adrian Jenkins from Jefferson High School up the road in Tampa. I mean, you're looking at a set of wide receivers that could really make a big difference, coupled with the ones that we signed last year, guys like T.J. Louder, guys like James Lewis, who transferred in from Ohio State. These are not only capable, these guys are more than capable. They're explosive. They've been working in that weight room and learning what we do offensively for a year now, and they're poised and ready. And I think you know, it's a luxury that we haven't had since we've been here. We were able to redshirt a couple of guys. We were able to put some 15, 17, 20 pounds of muscle on them. We were able to educate them in our systems. So I think you're going to see a very explosive team and guys that are capable of taking over T.Y.'s position in the coming year.
You mentioned